everyone, Sophia here for My Great Challenge. Welcome back to my channel and my Etsy shop. I have not posted anything on Etsy since November 2022. And I feel terrible about it because my shop is on my mind all the time. I'm constantly wondering when am I gonna have the time to post something on Etsy. And I had this whole idea at the beginning of the year that I was going to do 3 items per month. Turned out that I wasn't able to do it in January because it does take time. I need to grab a chunk of time to do it. So today I'm going to show you the whole process of picking items and washing them, posing them, staging them for pictures, wrapping them, weighing them, measuring them, cataloging them in a data spreadsheet and numbering them, and then posting them on Etsy, creating the post, and then creating the social media marketing post for it, whether it's a Pinterest post or a Instagram post or a reel, whatever, you know, Facebook, you name it. I want to show you that because there are a lot of people who are interested in the behind the scene and have been thinking about opening an Etsy shop, either doing what I do, which is thrifting for resale, or selling their crafts. There's a lot of people who have a hobby and make money out of their hobby. If you're good at what you do, why not? So if you look at Etsy, there's an unbelievable amount of choice when it comes to crafts and homemade items and vintage stuff like I do. You can also sell digital products on Etsy. You can sell actual paper products. So if you're good with the computer, for instance, you could use Canva, or you can use Photoshop, or a combination of both if you know how to use both softwares. I'll show you a little bit of that later on. You can create digital planners. You can create digital templates that people will use for their business to put in on Pinterest or to put in on Instagram. You can use the computer to do all sorts of things to sell as a digital product on Etsy. It's going to take time to build up. You have to market it. That means that you have to use your social media and really be constantly reminding people. And some folks will say, you again with advertising for your shop. But yeah, it's a business. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to advertise for your business. So that's a shameless plug-in for my Etsy shop. I have to admit it, because some of you will see the stuff, are gonna wanna buy it, and you're gonna go on my Etsy shop and buy it. But that's what businesses do. There's nothing wrong with promoting yourself. And I know that a lot of people are kind of hesitant in doing that. Yeah, I know I'm good at doing a craft, but I really don't want to bother people and like put myself out there and promote because I just feel like it's embarrassing. It's not embarrassing, it's your job. Show up. It's your job. That's what you're supposed to do if you want to be successful. So without further ado, I'm talking about success. This is this week's sales on Etsy. I'm going to go to the post office at a later time. By the way, it's 8:55. By 10:45, in about 2 hours, I gotta get out of here and go to an appointment that I have. I will drop that off on my way to my appointment, and then when I come back, I'll finish it off. So first thing I'm gonna do is have breakfast because I just walked the dogs. I'm gonna have something quick. I'm gonna have a banana and 2 toast, gluten-free toast, and then I'll go downstairs. I'll pick items, I'll wash them, and then we'll start taking pictures, and I'll show you how I catalog and number and code them and all of that good stuff. All right, see you in a bit. Oh, and by the way, it's not, we're in my basement. It's not just Etsy that you can do. If you don't feel confident that you can actually do the whole packing and shipping, you know, maybe you have some limitation, you can do the Facebook Marketplace. I give you a for instance. You remember those from last week? Okay, so they're being sold today, the 2 of them for $30, and I'm also selling this for 10. So today that's 40 in cash, and this week also sold the battery operated candles. So this week alone, $50 on the Facebook Marketplace plus whatever I sold on Etsy. So I try to do both, and one of the best way you can get started is if you're actually decluttering, sell your stuff. Why not? I mean, I know for some of you it's not a lot. You think, oh, $50 was the big deal. It's half of a grocery store. It's a full tank of gas. One of the things you have to remember is, for the most part, somebody's junk is always going to be somebody else's treasure. And it's true. And I'm the first one to say, oh, nobody's going to buy that. And when I say that on camera, I always get comments on YouTube, Sophia, I would buy it, or I know somebody who's looking for it. You never know what people will buy and why people will buy something. Like, I really believe that in a certain amount of years, what you're going to see is an increase of sales for vintage stuff. And there's always been a market for it, but there's going to be an increased demand because people have been in this decluttering, phase and getting rid of everything, the minimalism and all of that. And that's all good. I'm hearing it all the time. People who are getting rid of the china, getting rid of the crystal, getting rid of the knickknacks or the parents' knickknacks and all of that. But I believe there's also going to be an increased demand for lost items to be reunited. People who remember specific items at their parents, at their grandparents, and want to have that item back. Or people who want to preserve the past. There's a big movement right now of vintage lifestyle, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. So if you like vintage stuff and you want to sell it, I can only encourage you to do it because there is a demand. And I know it sounds strange to a lot of you, but some people really want to find their childhood favorites and have them again because they were lost, the parents threw them out, or they were broken. I had one particular guy who bought an entire set of china that I had that was from Korea that had ducks on it. It wasn't even a complete set. But what he said to me when he purchased it is that his parents used to have it. And he and his brother, his dad, I guess, was stationed in Korea or something. And he and his brother used to eat on those plates every single day in their childhood. And then the house was sold when the parents passed away and they lost those items. And he saw them randomly, actually. He wasn't even seeking it. He just saw one of my advertisement again online. And he saw them and he said, this just made me so happy to see those items again. I really thought I would never see that stuff. He couldn't even remember the name. Epoch Korea, that was the name of it. So he bought it and he told me, I don't care how much I'm paying for it and I don't care how much I'm paying for shipping. I want it back. There's a lot of things from my childhood that I wish I could find online and purchase, like small stuff, not just knickknacks, but linens, things like that. I wish I could find them back. But that's because I'm a sentimental. So if you're not sentimental, I'm pretty sure this is useless information for you. You couldn't care less, and you don't understand the process, and you don't understand it at all. And I get that. But if you are sentimental, you understand what I'm talking about. I gotta put that on the front porch, those 2 jugs and this, because the ladies just texted me via Facebook and they're gonna be here within 20 minutes, both of them. So I gotta put that up front. And it's an honor system, at least that's how I do it. I just leave it on the front porch, they pick it up, they put the money in the basket. Out of all the years I've done this, I've had only one incident where somebody bought an item that was $15 and they just left 10. I never had somebody not leave the money, just take the item and not leave. I've had people not show up, but I've only had one instance where somebody didn't put the full amount. I send them a little message like, not too cool, but it is what it is. Okay, I'll be right back. So we are in my laundry room. This is the main shelf, but then I have stuff on here too. I added, remember I had baskets here. I removed them because I wasn't using them. There was nothing in them, so I'm putting stuff here, including my mother-in-law's Corningware, by the way. This is where I am storing it, at least for now. So what I did the other day was kind of like categorize things where I have the pottery, together. Doesn't always work that way because I like pottery. I like to pick pottery at the thrift store, and I do find some on the street sometimes to resell. And So I always end up with more pottery that would fit in one shelf. On top here is all the glassware. So I have a lot of, matter of fact, these are all street finds. Including all the Mikasa. I think this was Manhattan. Was it Manhattan? Something like that. So I have a whole set that I found on the street. Bunch of stuff. So I have to pick, I'm gonna do 12 items today. That's a lot, but I have to do it. So let me start with these. I have a set of 8 of those. I got them at the thrift store. And if you are trying to do this, or if I'm inspiring you to do this, the rule of thumb generally is that if you can't resell for 3 times more than one you paid for, then it's not worth your time. And very often what happens is that you end up finding something that is worth way more. These, for instance, are Culver glassware, and Culver was a very sought after barware glass maker back in the 50s and 60s and probably before, and those are definitely kitsch 1960s. And let me tell you, these are actually pretty rare. You barely see them online, and when you see them it always says rare, hard to find, you know. So I'm definitely gonna process that today. I have 8, right? 8, okay. This is a Royal Copenhagen vase that I also picked up at the thrift shop. Some people collect blue and white porcelain, and some people collect Royal Copenhagen, and some people are just looking for gifts for their mom. Mother's Day is coming, you know, stuff like that. So I'm putting this up. I had a really hard time figuring out whether I was going to sell it or not. This is beautiful. It's by Sunset Canyon Pottery in absolute pristine condition. You can do pasta dish. You can put it in the oven and do stuffed peppers with it. It's a beautiful piece of pottery. I almost kept it. No joke. I almost kept it, and I'm still... all right, so that's 3. 4, all right. I had a lady who contacted me and she was going to buy it. I told her, give me a minute, I have to, you know, wrap it and see what the shipping is for your address. And then the following day she says, nah, she changed her mind. So it's back on the market. Remember, this Westmoreland hen has a couple of little nicks, so it's not in perfect condition. You know, so that's 4. All right, 4. Let's do more pottery. This is by Eveline. I have a whole set. So this is a beautiful pottery pitcher. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to do this, because I have this, 2 mugs, a plate, and a whole bunch of bowls by the same lady. I don't think I'm going to sell it as a set. I'll put the mugs separate, the bowls separate. Let me see. I'll do the pitcher with this one plate, and she also has this little thing right here. So I'll throw that in with the bowls, I guess. Or maybe I could do this as one set, and then this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do 7 and 8. We'll do those. 9. Otagiri, they always sell. Here's number 10. This is Denby Pottery, England. The Rondeau. Same thing. It's one of those that very sought after. So that's 10. All right, I'll put that in. 11. Same thing. These are really cool. They buy R.A. Sequest. I have 4 of them. Same thing here. You know, I wanted to wait. You remember that was in my kitchen? I wanted to wait to find the missing ones and have a set. It looks like I'm gonna take forever. So I wonder if I sell them separate or just those two together. Maybe I should sell them separate, you know, for replacement purposes. All right, so I'll do that. I still have these, those Delft. All right, that's enough. I'm gonna be overwhelmed as it is. All right, I think I have over 12. Okay, let's wash. You know what I'm gonna do? Because those Evelyn pottery bowls, they're all different sizes. So I can do a set of 3 like this, but then I'm stuck with this one. And you know what? Since I really like pottery, I'm gonna keep this one. This one's gonna be for me. So I'll sell those 3 as a set. All right, it's all washed. I'm just gonna let it dry. I gotta check the time, because I might have to leave and go to my appointment. So here's my setup, and what I do is use my sewing table basically, and what you want is a background that's neutral. You don't want a background with flowers, or, you know, I mean, it depends. If you're doing like beauty products, you can have, you know, the beach or palm trees, whatever you want, that's freshness, if you see what I mean. But some people, if you have small items, like really small items like jewelry for instance, you could actually use an iPad and a picture that's on an iPad and use that as a background to take a picture, so you have a very nice background. Me, I prefer to have either completely white or this paper craft paper that I just unroll and try to not wrinkle as I put it up. And my item goes in the middle right here. I take pictures. I'm gonna have to go get my ring light, and I take pictures from every angle, because you want to be able to show a prospective buyer the full item. So you take pictures from this side, this side, this side, this side, the inside, the rim, if it's you know, something like a bowl or whatever, plate, if it's signed or if it has a stamp, a company logo, whatever, you absolutely want to see that. And you have to be very transparent with any possible defect. So if there's a chip, a hairline crack, crazing, any kind of discoloration, you have to talk about it, and you have to put it in the description, because some people may see the item, immediately buy it without reading the description because they know what they're buying already, and then they get the item home and then they send you a message, hey, I didn't know there was a chip. I'm like, well, it's in the pictures and it's also in the description. So buyer be aware, you should always read the full description. So I take pictures, right? I'm gonna bring my ring light, because the light that I have here is only from the top. I want a light from the front as well. And Etsy allows you to take 10 pictures. And they usually, and you'll see when I get to the posting, they tell you what kind of picture you should have. You should have a long shot, a close-up. If you want to stage your items, you can do that too. Some people do that. So for a mug, for instance, You may want to put it on the table with an open book and a plate with cookies if you want. I personally don't like to do that, only because one, I don't have time to stage. And two, I want to focus on the item, not on the beauty of the picture. I believe that people are coming to buy stuff. And then one of the games I like to play with myself whenever I do a batch posting like this is wondering, okay, what's going to sell first? So let's put the bets in now. I'm going to say what's going to sell first is probably going to be the Westmoreland hand, the glassware from Culver, the 8 glasses, probably the pottery mugs, because those are always flying off the shelf, and maybe the Royal Copenhagen vase and the, some pottery item. The Pyrex is probably going to be on the shop for some time. The problem with Pyrex right now is that the market is saturated. What I do with mine is I always price it lower than what everybody else has. And still with that, I'm not getting the sales unless it's a very, very rare item, like the one that I had found on the street that was a 1967 Christmas edition, limited edition, that didn't even last 24 hours in the shop. The gooseberry one that I had found as well, the pink gooseberry, that one didn't last too long either, but those are the very difficult to find patterns. This one, the butterfly gold, very common. It's probably going to be in the shop for several months, so I'll renew it. That's fine. It's automatically renewed every 3 months for 20 cents each renewal, so I'm okay with that. So I played with it a little bit too much, didn't I? Wow, I just broke the handle. How could I possibly break the handle? It must have been, and I didn't see it, it must have been cracked already. All right, well, I only got one mug. It must have had cracks, because I don't see how the handle would just pop off like this. All right, I only have one mug, y'all. And it's time for me to go to my appointment. When I come back, I'm taking pictures. I'll show that briefly. Then I'll show you how I pack. And then we'll go upstairs. I'll show you how I put it in my spreadsheet, post it on Etsy, create the listing. I said I was going to show you the whole process. It takes the whole day. I'm here until 11 p.m. just letting you know. And it is 10:30. I got to get out of here. So since I only have one mug in the pottery, I've decided to make a snack set. So I'm going to sell the plate with the little, whatever that is, but you can put hummus in it, and then carrot sticks and have your coffee with it. So that's one set. All right, it's all pictured and ready to be packed. And I'll be honest, packing's the worst. Because it takes a while, and you know, it's packing. But one thing I've learned, initially when I started, I'm sorry, the lighting is terrible in here. I'm in the basement, you know that. When I started, I was buying boxes and packing material, and I started to see that it really wasn't worth it to be selling on Etsy and doing that. So what I did is start reusing boxes. So I take boxes from various purchases. I also find boxes on the street on Box Day. It's first day in my town. Every other week on first day. I'll stop by, I'll grab boxes. And very often what happens is that people throw away not only the boxes, but they also throw away the packing material. So I got boxes for free and packing material for free. And I do it early enough. I don't pick it up when it's obviously dirty. It's usually, you know how you do the same thing. You grab something, you pull it out, right? And you just throw away the box. The packaging hasn't moved. So that's what I do. I recycle everything. So I think it saves me money. It saves the environment. Multi-factor. So what I do is that I take the box and I actually reopen it and I flip it inside out. So now I have the inside of the box on the outside with no label, nothing on it. If there's my address or somebody else's address, I'll remove it. But the advantage to that is that I no longer have to wrap them in the craft paper. Remember I used to do that? I killed that step too. All right, I need a knife to pull this open. This is not a good box actually. And take another one. Okay, 1 pound, 10 ounces, and we measure it 9 by 6 by 5.5. 9 by 6 by 5.5. And this is 2 Otagari mug. Take a Sharpie, number 742. 20M, 2 Otagari mug, 742, 2 Otagari mug. I put it on several sides. Because I never know which way I'm going to put it on the shelf in the garage. Okay, ready to go. So here's box number 1. I have the 2 mugs in there. And again, didn't pay for the packaging and the wrapping stuff. I put my card in it, signed Sophia on it. It's ready to go. So when you do Etsy, you have choices on how you want to ship things. Some people use the flat rate boxes. I have a whole bunch of those. I prefer not to, because first of all the price changes. It's 17 something now to ship one of those flat rates. It's great if the item is relatively small, like this size, and it's very heavy. But when it's a very light item, I know that my shipping it, let's say to Tennessee, would only cost about $8. So I'm not going to have you pay $17 when I know it could be much less if I was doing it based on the sizes. It's very rare that I do a flat rate. I prefer to do weight and size because I keep my boxes as small as possible, enough that I can pack and protect the item, but I'm not like you know, putting stuff in oversized boxes. And most of the items I have are not really that heavy. So for me, the flat rate is not a good thing. Okay. Let's find a box for the picture. I got this one, which is perfect because there's nothing on it except a shipping label from the Chef's Collection Core. What did I order? Alright, that box is ready to go. A little bit over halfway through. Here's an example of one that I had to do as a flat rate. These are the 4 Esty Shop pottery plate, the square ones. This is actually kind of heavy, and they fit exactly in this box. So that I'm having it packed in a medium flat rate box. So the shipping's going to be $17 no matter where it goes. You know, if it goes somewhere in New Jersey, it's kind of a bummer, but if it goes to Oregon, it's $17, and I don't have to measure it, I don't have to weigh it, it's any weight within that box, so we're good to go. All right, moving on. Yeah, well, that was a lot of work. It's almost 7 p.m. This is the big pottery platter. That I think this one's gonna be problematic. The platter is huge, okay, and I couldn't find a box. I eventually found one. I had to do like some styrofoam and whatnot, so that's the only thing that's gonna fit it, and it's really big. It's not heavy, but it's really big, so I think the shipping's gonna be too much for that. So I'm gonna have to adjust the price on the platter, but that platter from Sunset Canyon Pottery in California, the platter brand new is over $100, so I don't know. I gotta see how much I'm gonna sell it for, but whew, that's a lot. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, that's what it takes. Listen, most people who do this, they don't have the other stuff that I have, so they can get away with just doing 2 or 3 or, you know, whatnot. Me, I'm supposed to do it little by little because it's doable, rather than doing it as a, what is this, a bulk blast, insane amount. Okay, I'm gonna take a break, have a tea, a snack, and I'm gonna meet you upstairs, and I'm gonna show you. I'll film the computer screen, you know, like one of those fancy thing where you actually only see my screen. So I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna show you how to put the stuff in my log, and then how to post it on Etsy, and then how to do the social media. I'm telling you, I'm here until 11 p.m. All right, let's get started. This is my log. This is everything I've been putting up for sale. What you see in white is not sold. In red was either broken or there was an issue with it. Yellow is either I kept it or I eventually got rid of it because it wasn't selling. It's mostly stuff I found on the street. So anyway, it just goes on and on and on and on and on for quite some time. Okay, so here we go. These are the ones right here. You know what, let me go a little bit bigger. There we go. These are the ones I just put up today, and the last one is this one. So I just enter the name, Butterfly Gold. Don't mind the spelling, okay, because it really doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. We're gonna change the spelling because I know we got spelling police on duty today. So here we go. Small ball. All right, and its code is 751. Parex Butterfly Gold Small. And I found it on the street, so I didn't pay for it. That's the price right here. I'm posting it on 211 or thereabout, and I'm gonna sell it. The large one I'm selling for 28. I'm gonna sell it for 22. The prices are crazy on Etsy. They want like $45 for a single one. Again, I'm trying to go with the lowest prices. All right. So the way I set things up is that once it's sold, I have a date entered here. It will automatically calculate the number of days the item has been on the shop, if it's been sold on Etsy or Facebook, how much it's sold for. Sometimes if it's Facebook, I may bargain, you know, so that's the reason why I have this column. How much shipping was paid, total paid by customer, how much my shipping was paid, because if I print my own labels, my shipping is actually a little bit less, so it will give me the deductions. And then right here at the end is the profit. So all of those here with the minus that you see here are the ones I posted today. There's no profit because they haven't been sold yet, and this should be in white. I thought I had cleaned up everything yesterday, but apparently not. So these are all the profit right here on the right side for items. I have to post all of these on Etsy. When I come back, I'll show you how to post. You basically have to have an account with Etsy, and you have to give them your bank number so you can get your money sent and deposited directly to your account. You can do that every week. You can do that every after each sale, or you can do that every 2 weeks. Mine is every 2 weeks. And don't forget to pay your taxes. Just saying. They will send you a tax form at the end of the year. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to start posting, and I'll probably show you one of them as I post it. Alright, we are in Etsy, and these, by the way, are all my drafts. So this is all the ones that I've just created. They're not posted yet. And if I go here in active, these are the ones that are currently still active in the shop. So I'm gonna go back to drafts. I'm ready to add one more listing, my last one. So you just go on top here, add a listing, and then you see how they give you picture IDs like primary photo, every angle, right? Details, in use, size and scale, style, scene, variations. You can do whatever you want, but you can only put in 10 pictures. So I'm going to add a photo here, and these are all the pictures that I took today. I need to find this one. This is the snack set, and I'm just going to grab all of them, click open, and here they are. So the good thing here is that you can move your pictures. You can put this one here if you want, and then you can also edit them. The one you need to pay attention to is the one right here. That's the thumbnail. When people search, that's the one they actually see. So sometimes you might want to move it a little bit. You can make it bigger if you want. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to move this a little bit. You can resize, or you can do specific sizes if you want. I usually just resize. This one looks good. Let's resize this. And when you resize them, your picture is going to actually show a little bit bigger. So you don't want to have too much of that background. You want people to have a good look at your picture. And I'm just going to move this one a little bit. So you see what I did here? I showed details of the handle. That Evelyn Potter, I'm so glad I'm keeping a bowl. She's really good. It's really, really quality pottery. I love this. I can't keep it all though. That's the problem. There we go. And I'm gonna resize this one right here too. Just a tiny bit. This one looks okay, and that's the one that shows all the signature. Alright, so you can add a video. There's no sound. Some people take short videos like a reel. And I'm gonna put in a title: Studio Pottery Snack Set with mug, signed Evelyn. Don't mind the bell, somebody opened the door. Evelyn C. Includes plate, small bowl for dip, and a mug. Okay, so we're gonna put in quality pottery. You want to put in as many qualifiers and search words you can think of, and then if you are importing this into Pinterest and Instagram, all of those search words will apply. So you want to put as much as you want or as you can. So what do I have? Studio Pottery Snack Set with mug, signed Evelyn C. Includes plate, small bowl for dip, and a mug. Quality pottery, blue and beige. Studio. I won't fit it. Okay, so let's keep blue and beige. Who made it? Obviously another company or person. What is it? It's a finished product. When was it made? I believe it was made in the 80s. And category, we're gonna put that in Studio Pottery mug. Studio Pottery mug. It goes in either fine arts, ceramics, or mugs. We're going to keep it in fine arts and ceramics. Primary color is blue, secondary is beige. I don't usually fill in those, like the width, height, and depth. I do that in the description. And this is a tabletop. If you have a specific occasion, like you're doing something for Mother's Day, you can put it in there. If it's a holiday, you can put it in there. Christmas, Easter, Hanukkah, whatever. Okay, and description. Amazing. It is amazing. Studio Pottery Set by Evelyn C. This set includes a small dessert plate with a matching miniature bowl for dip, in parentheses, or jam, and a matching mug. Okay, let's put the dimensions. Okay, the plate is 6.2 diameter. The cup is 3 by 1.5, and the mug, it's my only mug, 4 by 5. No, let's do 5 by 4. 5 by 4 with handle. Beautiful craftsmanship. Features speckled beige with modern blue strokes. This set is perfect as a gift for any pottery lover or someone who truly appreciates handmade quality items. I think I joked years ago when I started doing Etsy that, you know, we're not writing the J. Peterman catalog here. It doesn't have to be all sorts of crazy. Okay, and this one is the paste. Thank you for visiting my shop. I source my items from various locations in Jersey, New York, and PA. This item was carefully inspected, clean, packed, will be shipped with great care to ensure you receive it in its best condition. Shipping is based on weight, size, and actually, nope, this is a flat rate on USPS medium flat rate. Okay, let's talk about condition. And pristine / excellent condition with no visible flaw. Are you bored yet? That's my last one. I'm almost done. Okay, these are my section. I'm going to put it in stoneware and pottery, and here we're going to put the tags. These are search tags. Studio pottery mug. I hope that fits. Sometimes it's too long. Pottery set, pottery snack set, matching pottery. Okay, Evelyn C. pottery. Evelyn pottery. Just in case somebody's looking for that in particular. Blue, and we're gonna do blue beige pottery. Snack set. Pottery mug, and I think that's enough. Ingredients: clay. Okay, my price. So for prices, what I do is that I go to other Etsy listings for things that are similar, and I'm telling you, you might be shocked. I'm asking for $50 for it. This is actually on the low end. The majority is 65 and above. So yeah, I'm doing 50. There's no variation, no personalization, and this, I'm going to enter a custom shipping option because this is a medium flat rate. If I was doing it based on zip code, I would go here based on zip code, and then right here I would enter the weight and the length, the width, and the height. But I'm not doing that. I'm doing enter custom shipping options. I'm gonna enter a fixed price, and it's shipping from my PO box, which is 07009. Processing time 5 to 7 business days. And then shipping service, we're going to do USPS priority mail, and it's not free shipping, it's price fixed, and the medium box is $17.20. Return policy, yes, if somebody's not happy after 30 days, and we're going to preview it. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm looking at the pictures, making sure that we are fine. Oh, I love this. Sometimes I post the stuff and I'm telling you, I just want to keep it. Scott just rang the gong. Dinner is served. Save as draft. I will be back. download it and save it for later on. And when you upload it to, say, Instagram, you're still going to be able to add more things. So if you want to add music, like a regular reel or story, you can do the effects, you can do moving text, all sorts of things. So if you want, which is what I'm doing, you can start creating your advert on Canvas, then you move it to Instagram and you add whatever you want, in particular if you like the music, or you know. So this is 5 seconds. I could make it 17 seconds if I wanted to, and add a moving graphic or moving text, anything I want. So that's basically what you do. So you create all of those, and then you put them again in the scheduler, and you schedule. This video is coming out on the 13th, so I would put it on the 13th. The video is probably going to be out at 12 p.m. So let's say I'm giving people 2 minutes, so at 12:02 this will be posted, and the Etsy shop will be posted as well. Because if I go to my Etsy right now, these are still my active, but over here are my drafts. These are the ones I created today. All I have to do when I post a video on YouTube and the Etsy shop needs to be live, I just have to click the button that's right here. It's going to highlight them all, and at that point I will click publish. So when the video comes out, all of those are published, and at the same time I'm getting, or throughout the day, I'm going to get a bunch of stories and reels to advertise and showcase the stuff that I just put in. Okay, it is 11:53. It is time for me to go to bed. Alright, so these are not posted yet, but this is the shop right now. One of the cool things on Etsy is that it tells you how many of your items are getting some traction. Like for instance, I have 2 people who already put that in their cart, 2 that have this one in their cart, 1, 2, 1, 1, and 1. So the stuff is in the carts. We're waiting for people to click that little button. Yeah, that's all I have. This is the shortest this has ever been in terms of listing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and a peek behind the scene of what it takes to have an Etsy shop and what it takes to put all this stuff up for sale. I'm fairly convinced that some of you will say it's not worth the work. You don't have to work the way I do it, which is batch processing. You could do just one every week if you wanted to, and then when you have your whole batch, you just post them all at once. I'm just not that structured to do that, but you can make it work for your own schedule. You don't have to do the crazy 17 hours like I do, because that was nuts. But anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe in the corner and like this video. Share it if you know somebody who might be interested in finding out what it's like to have an Etsy shop. And that would be it. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.